Good morning. I am off on another adventure. I'm going on a walking tour, and it's free, which is my budget. Let's go. I just missed the train. The next one's not for 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So when I got off the train, I walked to the square where I was meeting people for this 3-hour walking tour. And I'm not exactly sure why I chose this particular day because it was really cold out. But I put on my long coat and I wrapped up myself in a scarf and a hat. And I was waiting for the tour to start, and I just took in this scene because to me, this is just quintessential Lisbon with the beautiful tile buildings, the balconies, the streetcar, the street lights. It's diverse. People are out walking. Lisbon is just so incredibly beautiful. So we started the tour, and I started taking pictures of the architecture. Everywhere you turn in Lisbon, it's just absolutely beautiful. So I was really enjoying the beginning part of this tour. I'm on a walking tour and it's quite cold out here, even with my hat. I'm learning a lot of history of Portugal and I'm looking forward to the pastel de nata and coffee because I am so cold. One of the first things I learned about was this beautiful Azulejo tile that you see on the buildings that I mentioned in that previous photograph. Well, these were actually an Arab tradition. They arrived in the 8th century and brought the tile with them, but when the Portuguese conquered the region in the 12th century, they destroyed all the tile. So it wasn't until the 16th century when King Manuel I of Portugal visited Spain and brought the tile back. And people often think that Azulejo comes from the Portuguese word azul, which means blue. But no, it doesn't actually mean that. It actually comes from an Arabic word which means polished stone. And you will see this beautiful tile everywhere. And the reason that they keep using it is because it's less expensive. If you paint a building, you have to paint it and repaint it and repaint it. But tile is waterproof, it is less expensive, it helps insulate for warmth, and it helps reduce noise. But you'll see two types of tiles. You'll see Arab tile, which does not have any depictions of people or any creations of God. It'll just be interesting, intricate geometric designs. And then you'll see Christian tiles, which are landscapes and portraits and epic battles and things like that. And you can actually see one of the street artists painted the entire side of the building depicting the beautiful blue tile. I just love it. After that, we went to see the oldest operating bookstore in the world. It's in the Chiado neighborhood, and it's called the Bertrand Bookshop, or in Portuguese, let me see, the Livraria Bertrand in Chiado, Livraria Bertrand Chiado. And you're not going to believe how old this bookstore is. I wouldn't have believed it until I saw the certificate from the Guinness Book of World Records. There it is. It has been operating since 1732. That blew my mind. Anyway, I was really enjoying the tour, but I gotta tell you, I was getting really cold. I was really starting to second guess my ability to stay out here for 3 hours. But I'm so glad I did because I was rewarded with this most beautiful view. First of all, look at the door in that church. So he was talking about something, I don't know, but all I could do was fixate on this stunning view. And then it was time for coffee and pastel de natas. I am officially an icicle, but it's okay because I have coffee and a, guess what? This came with the walking tour, so I think it's worth it. Wow, it's warm. Okay, so that, it turns out, was the halfway point, and I was too cold to continue as much as I wanted to see more. But when my friend Devin called and said, hey, do you want to go to the beer museum? I thought, heck yeah. And I'm not even a lover of beer, but I knew it would be warm inside. On the way, I saw this beautiful, I don't know, hallway? What do you call that? It was beautiful. So we went to the beer museum. It was called the Museu de Cerveja o Mundo de Cervejas Portuguesas. I think that's the beer museum around the world and Portuguese beer. And it was actually really interesting. I learned a little bit about beer. I'm at the Museum of Beer. And we're a little early for the tour, so we're going to have a little snack. Sitting in this very fancy booth with a chandelier. This is the specialty of the house. Let me see if I can pronounce it. Pastel de bacalhau. I believe pastel is pastry. I don't know how to pronounce the word cheese, but I know that's cheese because look at this picture. Wow. So we are going to try the pastel de bacalhau con queijo. With the beer, of course. Okay, I believe it's pronounced queijo. Cheese. I think it's pronounced queijo. I'm not sure, but it's definitely not what I said earlier. Anyway, I snapped a picture underneath the cool chandelier, and then I waited for the fish cakes to arrive. The food has arrived. I have my beer and my pastel de bacalhau, and I'm about to cut into it. Wow. So it was pretty good, and I sufficiently warmed up, so we went on the tour. And okay, I don't remember a whole lot, but I remember that I learned that monks were really devoted to finding new ingredients to improve the flavor of beer. And apparently back then, beer was safer to drink than water. So hey. And they also offered it as like a gesture of hospitality to pilgrims passing through, and they allowed themselves to drink beer while they were fasting. So if you gave beer up for Lent, or if you gave alcohol up for Lent, you could drink beer. Now afterwards, you were allowed to pick a bottle of beer, and they had a lot of varieties that were not available around the city of Lisbon. So we thought this was cool. So we each got a different kind and shared. This is blonde beer with basil.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Needs food with it.
I need a good appetizer with this. Cheers.
So we tasted two different types of beer and took some photos. Definitely a good place for photo ops, and if you're interested in learning more about the history of beer, go for it. So I had a really great day. And then I caught the train and headed home. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.